Well, can you raise responsible, servant-hearted kids in the age of narcissism? Author Steve Hines shares why the biblical principles of parenting still hold up and how simplifying your child's life is one of the best choices you can make for their mental health. If you're enjoying Table Talk, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Remember to click on that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest posts. So are you anxious about raising children in a society obsessed with instant gratification and narcissism? Well, today's guest is here to share why the biblical principles of parenting are still relevant and how you can equip your child to thrive even in today's contrary culture. But before we get to that, joining me around the table is April Simons, who has tons and tons of kids and grandkids.
I do. I need Raising Adult Kids.
Yeah, that's a good book right there, Raising Adult Kids.
Yeah, I'm excited about this because it's so necessary. And you know what? We are forever students. We all need to be learning.
It's true. It's true. And you have 5 kids, and would you say they're all completely different?
Completely, like, from different families.
From different families.
But they're all great.
But they're not.
But they're not. But dealing with them, you know, you can't deal with one the way you deal with the other.
I know.
It takes a mom to figure it out, and by the grace of God and wisdom and everything we're
It really
talk
takes
about.
the grace of God more than anything.
So much so.
Dorothy Newton, you've got 2 boys.
Yes, and it was amazing parenting them, and I'm so happy and grateful to God I'm done.
Stop.
All I do now is pray. Pray.
Well, you're not really done because now you've got grandchildren.
Yes, yes. But they don't let you speak a lot into their lives as much as I want to. Like, I want to, you know, take control and say, you should do it this way or that way.
Oh, tell me. We've had that conversation. Oh, yeah. The internet knows better.
Oh, my goodness.
For sure.
That's a whole nother show.
And they don't ask advice very often either.
I know, and here's Rachel Lamb Brown sitting in the middle of all this.
I have to say, though, I do listen to your advice. I welcome it. It doesn't mean I'm always going to use it, but I never mind you saying or telling me. And you do give your suggestions.
I do.
Listen, they did not give me a handbook when I had Judah Bray Brown. They just said, here's this little one. 2 hours later, everyone was gone. Me and Josh are like,
that's exactly what they did to me.
This little human. What do we do?
This little human being that kept me up all night because I didn't know what to do. Okay, Cindy Johnston, 2 boys that are grown.
Yes, and I had the sleep deprivation as well.
You did.
But I have 2 wonderful sons and
100 grandchildren.
And I made a lot of mistakes. Yes.
Yeah, we all make mistakes because there's no perfect parents. Cindy Murdoch, 2 boys.
2 boys.
So many boy mamas on this
I know.
table.
And I had 2 girls and a boy. And girls, that's another level there. But anyway, yeah, it's really a joy, like raising kids.
It has been a great joy, and every family situation is different. Mine had some tragedy in their teen years, so I am thankful to God that He help us know how to navigate that, and they're living for God. So.
Well, he's a father, a grandfather, a lifelong entrepreneur, and the author of Salt, Light, and Kids, Parenting Well in Today's Culture. Please welcome Steve Hines. All right, you ready to join the ladies at the table? Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's so good to have you here. You know, our kids are facing more distractions and confusion today than at any other period in history. So how can you raise up godly children even as the challenges of the present culture continue to intensify on a daily basis? And this thing right here has a lot to do with it right here. We'll get into that. But Steve, let's talk a little bit about you because you never saw yourself writing this book, did you?
I never did.
You didn't see yourself as a perfect parent, did you?
I didn't see myself as the perfect parent either. God just said, write the book, so that's what ended up happening.
So tell us, kind of take us back to that day, because I know you actually had one of the grandchildren in the car.
I did, I did. I was listening, y'all a lot of y'all have grandkids, and and kids, grandkids, you know how important naps are.
Yeah.
So my 1-year-old granddaughter was asleep in the car, and I volunteered to sit in there and let her finish her nap.
Rachel can understand that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I did that yesterday.
Let my daughter take the other granddaughter into dance. So I was sitting.
I love the way that you're specifying, though, that you didn't leave the kid in the car.
Yes. And it was unusual because there's a sit in silence and do nothing time, so she wouldn't wake up. And he made it loud and clear right there in kind of a Damascus Road type communication.
And what did you say, like, when you felt the Lord say, okay, I want you to write this book?
I would have thought that I would have questioned it, but it was so strong I didn't, and I just went home and started writing.
And then that was the miraculous part.
It was.
Because you wrote it less than a week.
Yeah.
It was like
First
inspired,
draft.
like a download.
I love
Yeah.
the title.
It was. Thank you. It was quite a story.
So what I love about the book is that you give such good practical advice. I'm going to let each one of you go at it in just a moment. But, and Chris Hodges did the foreword. Of course,
Right.
you and your wife started with Chris Hodges when he was just starting
Pretty much, yeah.
a church in a school, right?
There's one service in Mount Brook High School in Birmingham.
And how many people were there?
200 or 300 maybe.
And how many go there now?
Probably 70,000 on a Sunday.
Wow.
Something
That's
like
amazing.
that. So we were there 17 years and we're real involved in all that growth.
Right. And so I know that he wrote the foreword for you, but what I love about you sharing is that you didn't have, like, you had 2 kids, a girl and a boy, but you didn't have 2 perfect kids.
No.
So you had one that kind of went one direction and one that kind of went the other direction. So you kind of, I think that's good for people watching. I told him, I hate those people that write books that had perfect kids and then they never went through anything.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you
They
can't-
were
you
lying.
can't
relate.
They were lying.
They were.
They were lying. Totally.
There's no great formula for it. That's true. And with Chris, interesting, because he's the same age I am, and, we had some different opinions on parenting because I never felt it was a kind of a assembly line, or if you do this, this, and this is what's going to happen.
Right. I think that's the worst kind of book, actually.
Yeah.
Because just because it works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it may work with one kid and not work with the other kid, which
Yeah.
was, in our case, 2 totally different kids.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just talk about, and then I'll let y'all jump in. The one thing that you do talk about in the book is how our kids are being influenced by social media. So now, Rachel, we have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
All the things.
YouTube,
Yeah.
on and on and on and on. And so what was some of your practical advice to parents as it relates to managing social media, et cetera?
And it's, I'll answer that in the micro and then kind of the macro. I mean, you have to not have your head in the sand when it comes to all the ways our kids are being affected. So just being aware, I think, is so important. And then I was having this conversation earlier, the communication, heart is the only thing that will really change them because they can find ways to get around your filters and blocks. And so working on their heart and having the open communication with them is more important than ever.
That's probably one of the things that stands out in the book to me is that you talk about relationship and spending time with your kids. I know earlier we were talking about my husband and I were walking down the beach and you've got like 3 or 4 kids in the ocean and then the mom and dad is up on their phone, like not watching or playing with them or building sandcastles or any of the fun stuff that I remember my parents doing with me when we're at the ocean. So how important is time for our kids?
That's how you build the relationship, which is really the only way to have a really good chance at their heart not getting taken over by Satan in the different ways. And we have to, I like to say, maintain margins. With time, we're so busy, and even when, back to your phone comment, even if we're not busy, we're still thinking, and our minds are going a million miles an hour because we were wondering what we're missing on the Instagram feed. And so it's a lost art, and it is with me in a lot of ways to just stop and be with, the Lord, be with ourselves, with our kids,
Yeah.
and all
be
that.
really
So
present.
it's discipline that takes.
It's a discipline. I know one of the things we talked about is like you having a basket before you go into the dining room. Everybody puts their phone in the basket so that you can actually have time and conversation without being interrupted by the phone.
And I think for me, like I'm a working mom and my husband as well. And I think we once heard a psychologist say there's certain times that are most important, especially when they're little. One is when they wake up. One is that ride home from school, you know, hearing about their day. And then another is like right before they go to bed. So for us, even though, you know, we leave work to make sure we're the ones picking them up from school, hearing about their day, what went well, what didn't, and really investing that time. And I've noticed with Judah, like it fills his little lip tank, you know, for us to be the one to pick.
He's definitely quality time.
Totally.
April?
Makes me think of the quote, rules without relationship leads to rebellion. And, you know, especially coming from a pastor's home, you know, we had a lot of rules, but we didn't think of them so much as rules because we had relationship. And I think, like Rachel said, I never felt like my parents' church or their job was more important than me. But they took the time, and you talk about, you know, establishing a family routine. They took the time, we ate dinner together every night. And I know that's a lost concept these days, but how important is that for families today in the busyness? How important is it that we just say, no, this is what we're going to do in this house?
I mean, we ate dinner together every night, and my mom and dad both worked, and we all went to school. But we knew at that time.
that is a hard one for us.
I mean, we always sat down and ate, and Mother cooked every night. God bless you, Mother.
Well, maybe you can't do it every night, but maybe you could do it sometimes.
So what we do is we do family breakfast every Saturday, and we like, because we do eat, you know, during the week, but we can't always do that. So we've made it this really big deal. So one of my kids can't talk yet, but Judah, he'll be like, what are we making for family breakfast? And we'll all make breakfast together. And
So important, and I appreciate what you said about picking your kids up. My wife was always the mom that would, you know, take to the movies on Friday nights and pick them up, and all of that, and just being intentional with your time as a parent is so important, and it's so fleeting, as all of y'all know. I mean, they're gone before you know it. So important to be intentional, and make sure you might not can eat together every night, like you said. We did for the most part, but I realize there are situations where people can't do that. But having the breakfast on Saturday, or things your kids can remember that are really meaningful, that develops that relationship with them, that lets you influence them in more spiritual ways. I think discipline is a lost art from what I see, because I see the parents of today, the millennials, and I don't want to be the older guy that beats up on millennial parents. That's not what I'm about. But discipline, if you don't discipline your kids, then they'll end up being immature adults when they hit the real world.
right.
And we discipline them in different ways. And you just have to pray for, you don't want to embitter your child too. And so you pray for discernment from the Spirit. But the easy way out is not disciplining, because it inconveniences
And the lazy
you.
way out.
And the lazy
way out is not
inconveniences
to
the parents. If
I think discipline and consequence, those words get interchanged a lot. I think a consequence is when they're getting in trouble for their action, but I think discipline is teaching them, taking the time to explain why you did, why it was wrong, why it was not okay.
Like Judah, when we were together this weekend, and Josh was sleeping. He'd been up and he was sleeping, and Rachel told Judah, do not open the door to where your dad is sleeping. And Judah went right over
That's what he did.
and opened the door.
Of course.
And she was like, okay, time out. And she has a bench. She's like, and he just went straight over there. Like he knew, and it was direct disobedience. And he had to stay there. And then he kind of started fiddling with something. And she said, no, sit still, don't touch anything, just stay right there. And, you know, Judah's favorite question is why? But anyway.
But we teach him.
But you told him. But then when timeout was up, he came over, and she asked him, do you know why Mommy put you in timeout?
That's good.
And he said, because I opened Daddy's door. And she said, yes. And so, I mean, that is a form of discipline, but guess what? It takes your time to stop what you're doing and make sure they go over there, and then to deal with it when they're done, to come back and talk to them about it. And some parents just like don't want it. They're tired. They don't want to
That's
deal with
right,
it. But it's
that's
so
right.
important.
And the part of getting him to that point where he just goes over and sits.
He knows.
Is it probably took a while to get him
Yeah.
to that point.
Consistency.
You had to go through the consistency of this is what's going to happen with this action, and he probably, rebelled against it, even, being young. So it was an inconvenience.
Or cried. Or
He's 3.5, so he's really little, but we teach him about, disobedience, direct disobedience, and about how it's a safety issue. If mommy says, stop, and there's a car coming, mommy says, don't cross the street, there's like a snake slithering over this. There's a reason why, and you might not always understand it, but it's for your safety. So I'm not gonna count to 3, you're gonna do it immediately.
That's good, Dorothy.
When you talk about consistency, I think for me as a single parent raising 2 boys 8 years apart, one of the most important things I could have done was being consistent in the home. And so whether it was praying before meal or praying before bed or, praying before school, then when we went out of the home, then the friends were acceptable to it, because it's something we did, so when the kids were invited, they knew who we were. And so it made it easier. But one of the things I noticed is that, their friends, who they were choosing as friends, and it taught me so much about my child. Like, if they're choosing bad influence, then that's an area that I had to work on.
Yep.
And you have to have a conversation about it.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things you talk about
Yeah.
is that you've got to have some hard conversations.
That's right. That's exactly right. In the book, I say you can tell who your kids are by who their friends are.
It's true.
And that's a tricky tightrope to walk.
Was that
as
different
well.
for you with your daughter and your son?
Yes. Like I mentioned earlier, my daughter was pretty consistently well-behaved, and she's, I guess, got that from her mom because she didn't get it from me, yeah, for sure. And then my son was a lot more erratic in his behavior. And so once again, that you never know what kid's going to react, however.
So you had a different track with your daughter than you did your son.
100%.
And so what would be your advice for those kids that are making, of course, they all make their own decisions, but they're going kind of rogue, if you will. What would be your advice to encourage them today? Because I know your son's doing great now.
Son's doing great.
There was a little season.
There was a little bit bigger than little season.
I had one of those.
Yeah, and he's. I told you earlier, he's as godly as anybody I know now. He's about to turn 30, but it was a pretty long wilderness period in there. And it's just, I think consistency is so important, example so important. One of y'all said about authentic. We got to be authentic as parents because if we're telling our kids not to drink and then mom's having a half bottle of wine before kids get home from school, or hey, you shouldn't watch that, and dad's watching trash on Netflix. The Gen Z and the Gen A's, they don't buy that, man. They want authenticity. Now, it used to, when I was growing up, it's like, just do it because I said so, and we pretty much did it.
Right. Yeah.
That's the way it was in our house. My dad was like, and we were like, yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's the way
that
it
doesn't
was.
work anymore.
No.
That is so true.
It's just, I think we talked earlier too about how kids are more mature in a lot of ways than they used to be at certain ages, and they're more immature.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to the phones.
A lot of
in my
them
opinion.
are more immature emotionally because they're not having that social one-on-one. Everything's through an app, or,
it's just-
through social media, so on and so forth. Cindy?
I appreciated the part that you talked about that children should not be disciplined when they make a mistake, or adult children as well. Making a mistake, legitimate mistake, is not a time to punish.
Right.
It's a time to teach them. And I thought that was a really good point to make, because if they spill milk accidentally, or it's not that they're trying to disobey you, they just made a mistake.
They need to clean it up, though.
Right.
Yeah,
No, I agree
absolutely.
with that, cleaning it up. But back to the social media, I have 2 grandchildren that are teenagers, and giving them a phone at an early age, and I know that parents are wanting them to have them for emergencies, but it is very concerning to me that that's the type of communication that you have, is through a text, I love you, But that one-on-one is so important.
And it's so lost.
It's true.
It's hard for, I see kids they couldn't call and order a pizza to save their lives. They have to do it on that. And so it's the communication skills, and I talk about that in the book too, just being able to look an adult in the eye and stand up when they come in the room, and and things like that is just a lost skill. And as parents, we have to make sure we're teaching. We used to make our kids order the Chinese food all the time. So we're like,
That's good.
You're not, and they hated it. They just hated having to call when they were, like 12. We're like, nope, you go order it. If you want sesame chicken, you're gonna figure it out.
I love that. I love that. Well, I want you to stick around. We're going to be right back with author Steve Hines in just a minute.
Imagine facing a storm so vast, it threatens to engulf everything you've built. Would you falter, or would you find strength you never knew you had?
When a hurricane is tearing through your life, Jesus is the peace that stills the waters of your soul.
This is a story, a journey of faith, sacrifice, and victory witnessed by millions. It's a tale of navigating life's fiercest tempests and discovering that sometimes the most profound truths are born in the heart of the storm.
Pain and disappointment don't have to define you. And if you'll cling to God, He will use your storm to propel you into a new future.
Get your copy now at throughthestormbook.com.
So, can you raise responsible, servant-hearted kids in today's confused culture? Well, author Steve Hines is here to share why biblical principles of parenting still hold up in his book. We're talking about salt, light, and kids parenting well in today's culture. Cindy.
You do talk about how we can instill responsibility in our children, and I would like for you to talk about how you say, let the child do the thinking about their task and make their own plan. So can you kind of give us an example of that? I think that's a great thought.
Yeah, so many parents today, and even when I was parenting, want to make sure their kids don't have any hardships. And so they do the planning for them, whether it's, and I think I use in the book, do you have your homework, rather than ask, do you have your homework? Let them show up without their homework, which, oh, that's mean. But it's really not, because you're teaching them to be more responsible as for later in life. I used the analogy of bowling with bumpers. And if you always bowl with bumpers, i.e. parents who are always keeping you out of the ditch, you're gonna have a good score, but when the bumpers get taken away, you're gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
But if you make them bowl without bumpers when they're young, their score won't always be a good. They'll make mistakes, but they'll be a lot better bowlers when they get old.
You also tell the story about the leaf blowing with your wife and your son.
People love that story. You want me to tell that story?
Yeah, tell it.
And preface, she's the most gentle and humble and nice and lovely person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Never gets mad, thank goodness for me. But my son, when he was 13 or 14 and he was, thought he was cool like all 13 and 14-year-old boys, including myself, do. And so we always made him do yard work because we figured he would be glad when he got to be an adult. So that was another one of those kind of intentional things. So he always had to, help do stuff. And he had done a poor job, to say the least, and had been doing it for like a couple hours, and we had back
blowing leaves,
raking and blowing. And Leanne asked him and said, "Okay," not mad. She said, "Is this what you're turning in for your work today on what I've asked you to do?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so she took her blower and blew it all back to where it came from. And said, "Do it right."
Yes.
And he did it right. And he'll still, to this day, say, I'll never forget that, because that taught me, even though I was so mad, that taught me about doing things with excellence and how it pays off.
Right.
We make Judah clean up his toys in the living room at night before he goes to bed, and he always is like, "But I need help." And we said, "You didn't need any help getting them all out, so you don't need help putting them back," which we do help him. But if he doesn't put up his toys, then Josh will throw them in a trash bag and put them in the garage. and then he won't have toys. And so he's learned, like, I'm gonna pick up after myself and be responsible, or they're gonna get taken away.
Those are just little things you can do. I know for me, my dad, when he took me to buy my first car, he put the down payment on it. And then he gave me the coupon book to make the payments every month because I was working. And I was able to pay for it. Back then, cars were a lot cheaper. But anyway, I remember we got home and I was just like so proud to have my new little car. It was a 4-cylinder, but I drove it like it was an 8-cylinder. But
She still does.
anyway, so anyway, he goes, now, Joni, he said, I would just expect you to pay a little bit back every month until you pay off that down payment that I made for you. And I was like, I'm thinking, you'd think he would pay for the down payment. But it just taught me the value, really, of when I bought that car, like, I paid for that car, every bit of it. And so it really taught me a lesson. And I was only, 18 at that point. But I'll never forget that. And I'm thankful for that, even though at the time I'm like, I can't believe he's making me pay back. But it's important to teach kids some responsibility, let them have some responsibility and maybe earn some money. Rachel, when she was little, she had a lemonade stand. She got money that she earned from that.
I remember I was so proud. I went out in Texas. It was over 100 degrees. And this guy, one of my first customers, felt so bad I was out there. He said, how much do I have to pay you to go inside? I said, you give me $20, I'll call it a day.
Winning.
Here you go. I came in waving that $20 around. I thought I had made it. I was like, I didn't have to do any work. I just brought it out, brought it all
so
back
good.
in.
But it's important to do things and teach your kids
It is. There's always something good that can happen when we're trying to teach our kids God lessons. But to them, and probably to a lot of your friends, you're a mean parent.
Right.
And we have to, what does the Lord say about hard work? Work at everything with all your heart and all that. Just trust in the word of the Lord and parent that way, and
What
everything will be
teaches
good.
them a lot of lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Mine worked at a Mexican food place.
I worked as a waitress at a fish camp. All you can eat fish camp. And I ran my legs off, but I made good tips. And I remember going shopping, buying some of my first clothes. I was so proud, just like you. I was just so proud of that. So these are some important lessons I think that we can learn. And again, this book is just so practical. I love that. And of course, Steve wrote it in just a few days because he felt like it was actually a download from the Lord. And so I know it'll be a blessing to people. And, that's all the time we have. But I want you to remember, even as the culture grows darker, God is at work, turning the hearts of fathers and mothers back to their children and the hearts of children back to their parents. If you're watching today and you need wisdom for how to thoughtfully parent your child, or if you're seeking reconciliation with an estranged family member, that's why that toll-free number is on the screen. We'd love to pray for you today, encourage you. If you have a son or daughter that's a little off course and you know that they're off course, I just want to encourage you, keep praying for them every day and believing that they'll get back on course. And you'll be surprised at the people that God can send across their path as you pray for them and say, God, I don't see everything, know everything, but I know that you're a big God and you love them more than I do. And I'm just asking you to send people across their path to encourage them, and he will do it. And I've seen so many testimonies about this. Well, I want to thank Steve for sharing his time with us. Make sure you grab a copy of his book, Salt, Light, and Kids, Parenting Well in Today's Culture. For more on his work, you can contact him at saltlightandkids.com. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Leave us a comment. Let us know how today's show touched your life. Make sure you subscribe to the Joni Tabletop podcast, available now across all top podcast apps. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for today.